Here we go. Hello and welcome to the Holy Hour podcast. It's the bi-weekly All Cure podcast. I'm Gavin and I'm joined by Chaz. How you doing, Chaz?
I'm doing pretty fucking good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Am I allowed to swear on here?
Yeah, I think that's allowed. We haven't gone that mainstream yet. I'm still
okay. All right,
still
cool.
waiting for the big bucks to tell us we can't.
They're coming in
curse.
soon enough. Yeah, they're coming in.
Yeah, he did. Getting that label picked up by a label. We're gonna make it as a podcast after one of these episodes.
Robert's gonna endorse us sooner or later.
Probably not after this episode, but we'll see. Our plan for this episode is to crush any dream of talking to Robert ever. So we'll elaborate further, but we thought the best way to kick off this episode is with relevant news. Oh my God, we have an update from The Cure. They've come out of hiding. The coffin has opened up, and we got some sort of announcement here. We got that The Cure have officially announced that they will be headlining 2026, so next summer, at the Rock en Seine Festival outside of Paris. There, I guess, is where it takes place. So in France, kicking off festival talk. So that's kind of the more underlining big announcement that they're not officially saying, but Roger also tweeted our first festival has been announced.
Yeah.
So kind of got that vibe that this was going to happen sooner than later, that maybe we're looking at another 2019 kind of scenario where they play the summer festivals, probably mostly in Europe, but maybe some will stretch over here too. But before we speculate on any other further festivals, I guess this one does seem like a really cool festival. It's been going since 2003. They headlined it in 2019, so they're no strangers to this particular festival. It does look pretty cool. The little I looked over it, and they've had...
What are these Frenchy fucks done to get The Cure? Like, why did they get the first one?
They love them in France. They've stood by them all these years, that's so loyal in France. So,
just because you like the top, because it's weird and quirky.
Like, we always like the top. I don't know what their fucking problem is. Robert's like, see, they love all our albums.
He respects loyalty, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Through
so.
the thick and thin.
So who knows? Maybe they'll announce ones that go before this too, or what? When the puzzle pieces fit together on festivals, they could be.
Most likelihood it might not even be the first one. It just might be the first one they announced that they got everything organized quick enough to be able to confirm things. But I'm hopeful. But I'm doubtful at the same time with this current state of this country, of The Cure feeling like they want to come over here. That'll
be an interesting spin on it, especially if God knows what could happen by between now and summer of next year. They'd like to think that everything would get boring again, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to be headed that way.
I don't think so, but it's that's, I mean, not to bring any doom and gloom to this, but just some reality to the situation. Like, I keeping that in the back of my mind of them coming, not just them, but like any act outside of this country, because like they might not want to get shit coming into the country for something they posted on social media, there's a lot of factors. I mean, it's probably a pretty isolated where they could pop in, get their shit ton of money, play a show, especially a festival versus like a full tour or anything. But I could also see a boycott too,
I could see somebody, Robert's not, he is super political, but not like outwardly, so he wouldn't make a big statement about it or anything. But at the same time, I could see them just deciding not to do it.
Yeah, I love Robert's sneaky political stuff. Like when he did those t-shirts like last year, and one of the colors he did was the Palestinian flag color, but didn't say anything, didn't promote it, like didn't say this is for this, but like you read between the lines, you're like, okay, I get what you're doing, and I love that
Yeah,
sneaky political shit. Like I
yeah,
do
it's a nice
appreciate that.
subtle way to do it without getting all Bono on it and
Fuck
shit. You
that
know, where
guy.
you
I
have like,
fucking fuck. Oh my god! Don't. This is not the YouTube podcast we're going into right now.
Okay, well, hold on for that.
Because I have some things to say about Bono that we're not going to bring up in here.
Save that for a bonus track. But yes, I mean it's cool. And then we're not huge festival dudes, so chances of us popping over to France just to hang out in the field for a week or whatever.
Oh, I don't think they'll let me back into the country once we leave. So that's my concern. They're going to look at my phone and be like, no.
Nah, you're good.
You can live at the airport like Tom Hanks.
Yeah, stranded in Paris. I can think of worse scenarios, but
well, Paris isn't going to want me back after I tear through that country.
Oh, yeah. You're not safe anywhere.
He's grabbing baguettes and hitting people with them.
I'll be like chugging wine everywhere.
I'm having sword fights with baguettes.
It's like Gavin's on his 40th bottle of wine. He's trying to recreate the Kiss Me session single-handedly. But cool that the Cure is doing something. I think that's the bottom line is that, there was always, at this stage, you're always kind of in the back of your head that they could just kind of gradually fade out at this point, you know, and not do something. And so that's great. And it's a nice little...
In all likelihood, we'll be able to watch it too. Like that's the greatness with tech. One of the greatnesses of technology is that in one way you're missing out because you're not there, but another way you're still a part of it in a way that you could never be before. So you'd have to wait for a VHS to come out or like a bootleg CD or something to be able to hear it, but you can hear it and watch it. So like either from somebody's their own live feed, which we saw in the last tour they did here. I don't know if we missed at least some clips from at least every single night that they played,
Yeah, it's kind of like up to you how obsessive you want to get about it, but at the same time it's nice that option is there. So even as like subtle as setlist.fm, like updating in real time, like I've got spoiled with that, even where I was looking on other bands, like going, oh man, I wonder what the set list, and sometimes it takes like 3 days for it to pop up or something, but Cure fans are so obsessive that it's like, bam, push, bam, in between days. You're like, sweet, go, check. So it does make it fun in a different kind of way, of course, that's our way of justifying not being there, but at the same time,
nice. I'm not angry. Like when I see the dates, like I'm just like, shit, I'd love to do that, but I'm like, oh man, I can just watch it. Like it's in the comfort of my own home. Yeah,
that's great when they got the streams or even just the Instagrams when people do that. You can get a little taste. So
I can't imagine how angry I would have been if they would have done that Australian show with the Disintegration. And we couldn't watch it. Like,
I know. Like when I'm like older and senile, I'm gonna totally think I was there. Because I got so like into it. It's like, that was great. I love the Sydney Opera House. It's beautiful.
Mental decline. Like, transport me, please.
That's gonna be like, you weren't there, Dad. You just watched it on stream. Whatever. And since recording this episode, The Cure have announced that they will also be playing the Primavera Sound Festival in Barcelona, Spain, between June 3rd and June 7th. Tickets go on sale September 30th, as well as Nova Rock in Nickelsdorf, Austria on June 12th. Tickets for that one are already on sale. Visit thecure.com for more details. So this was also a nice reminder that I'd almost kind of forgotten that they had announced that they're also doing the Teenage Cancer Trust shows in March. So that'll be March of next year. And kind of the same idea. This one was weirder when I look back over it because he's curating it, kind of like the Meltdown thing where it's going to be like a week of shows that he's picking the bands. I think this is the first year that Roger Daltrey isn't doing it, so he handed it off to Robert, or maybe they've been picking guest ones to do it for the last few. But so that'd be cool. Didn't officially say. I think he goes without saying the Cure would play like the finale, whatever, at that. But because they're used to playing that anyway, so that would be pretty cool.
With the Twilight set.
Tickets haven't gone on sale for that. Yeah, I was gonna say. Any speculation on who he might?
Are they
pick?
free?
I think they're gonna be there. So,
please don't. So, I mean, I love that. I mean, I don't love the band, but I like them. But
yeah.
Like I'd even be okay with you bringing somebody I don't like just somebody different.
Yeah. I mean, it's a week worth of shows, which is crazy that it's that many. Yeah. So I mean, they're probably pretty guaranteed if they want it, they're there. So so that'll be cool to keep the streak going without it being. But it'll be cool too to get a whole new batch of what Robert's into. So
that's exciting. That's definitely exciting.
You know, we can see oh wow, okay, but so that'd be really rad if you are. I think that's. Yeah, at the Royal Albert Hall there. So it's not a huge venue, too. I remember looking it up at one point. That one is pretty modest by Cure Arena standards or whatever, you know. But so yeah, the tickets aren't on sale for that yet. So I think more details are coming. And when I glanced back at it, it looked like you could sign up on their mailing list to keep in the loop for that. But tickets for the French festival there is definitely on sale right now, I think, as we're speaking. So by the time you're hearing this, it's
have they announced all the other acts? Or just the Cure?
No, I think it said coming soon. So it's just the Cure. I know this is like if you were into going to this or able, like this would be. Because you know they're going to play a billion other festivals probably, and you don't know who else is even on the bill. You don't know, so it's a little bit.
It would suck if you weren't a Cure fan, which I don't understand. But like, if you weren't a Cure fan and like, your favorite band gets put on like a couple days later, but like all the tickets are sold out.
yeah, I don't know. There does definitely seem to be some weird ways that's being presented, but yeah, I guess it's kind of cool, really. Maybe it's smart because that way they're
just Cure fans
filling it up with Cure fans first, and you know, because they're the headliners. So that's kind of cool as opposed to like waiting till the end to announce the Cure or something, because then everyone's like, what the fuck, we couldn't even I don't know, do those kind of festivals even, they do sell out pretty fast, right? I mean, isn't it?
I don't know how big the area is. I've never been there.
So.
Hey Frenchies, get at us, let us know.
Yeah, let us know what's up, and enjoy. So kicking off a summer of festivals, like I said, who knows how much more it'll expand. And what does this mean real quick? And we could do a whole episode on this probably, but for the new album, the next album, I know, because we can't fall for that too. No. Every time that this happens, we're all like, well, maybe they finished it before the festivals start. Maybe they're gonna finish it right after the festival.
Stop, people.
But I think the one common factor is that usually by them playing a bunch of festivals, that pushes it back like another year, pretty much. So if we learned anything, it's basically that anything could happen. You know, they could be putting the final touches on it right now, or it's 3 years out. So best not even think about it and just let it be a pleasant surprise when any updates do come. But let's get on with the episode. We had a fun kind of chill themed going here for this one. We thought, why not put together, and this is something that's always been in my topics book, but then a couple people suggested it even, and unfortunately I moved my notes over from one notebook to another, and I might have lost who actually, so I can't really credit, but I think it was Tom Johnson, maybe Coulter even threw it out a few times of like, why don't you do an episode on the questions you would ask Robert if you ever got to talk to him? And I think, and I'm kind of taking the perspective more of like this would be like you meet him in the bar or something kind of questions, as opposed to coming on the podcast and having a formal interview. But I guess these still would be ones that I personally want to know. So they're kind of goofy. Some of the ones I had written down, some were just curious questions. Some are so I die to know the answer to. So we got a whole list of questions. And we're going to kind of walk through them. I guess we could speculate or predict what he might say.
Oh, my God. I don't even know.
but at the same time, who knows? So, and I guess, so just for laughs, of course. But
so
let us know if...
Hypothetically, he'd have to answer these questions, and not get offended by them. Like, that's the
right.
Thing, yeah.
And then, you can let me know, because sometimes you're listening to those interviews and people are like, Rabbit, what is the? And you just go, ugh, and you start going, oh God, don't ask him that. Don't ask him. So if anybody starts cringing up to the point of pain or anything, please let us know so we can scratch this question.
I think one of my favorite,
if we ever were lucky enough to run into Robert or talk to him.
I think one of my favorite questions he ever got asked, and I don't even remember the exact phrasing, but it wasn't really a question, but like the guy was like, "Can you say that we're the Cure and welcome to the night of dark despair?" And he's just like,
that's the best.
What? No.
It's like the Robert response that every Cure fan fears is what's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, what? And welcome to an evening of music and despair.
Yeah.
It
was something like that, and I was just like, oh my God, no. And like, and then you have like the girl at the red carpet that the
like, so you could just be like, in her head that totally sounded normal, but listening back to her, she's like,
yeah.
Are you as exciting as I am? And it's like, no. So keeping that in mind, Robert could turn on us at any point with these questions.
Which I'm terrified with. So I didn't. So the serious questions aren't really that. Like, I'm just like, keep them at bay.
Yeah. So just be like, But so yeah, we thought it'd be fun to walk through those. Did you have a side list or anything? You feel free to throw them in.
Just like I put some mentally, just that I had, because like a lot of them, like I don't know, like I judging someone and people that I like. I mean, first it comes there's if I think they're a decent person or not, but then like also those little things do matter to me, like. Mm-hmm. Gavin, I fell in love with Gavin when we were driving in New York City or Brooklyn trying to find a parking spot, and I don't know which of us did it first, but one of us did a Spinal Tap joke, and I was like, and one of us did it back to each other, and like I was like, okay, this guy's this guy's awesome. Like we're cool. We're cool. So like that little shit does matter to me, and that's like a lot of the things I kind of want to know.
Yeah, true. That's what. Yeah, like looking at this list, half of it was like, are these too jokey? Some of them, but I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of the core shit. I don't really want to know. Like, tell me the experience of making disintegration. Yeah. You know, like what the fuck. So a lot of it's just like, all right. You know, I love it when you're watching a Cure or Robert interview and they do just drop in some weird thing like that, you know, we haven't heard a billion times, or just something you could tell that, or any actor or something like that when you're watching them and you could tell that they're kind of like, huh, yeah, okay, that's kind of fun. Or, you know, because there's a thin line between that and like Tiger Beat questions too, or something. Yeah,
but I think
you get one topic for pizza, but I mean, in a way, that's kind of more fun too.
But like those Tiger Beat questions, like still kind of matter, like to me, and those are some of the questions that I'd have. So we'll go into them.
Totally. That's what I mean. It gets dangerous territory. Cool. Well, yeah, I guess I don't have any other disclaimers or anything on the top here. So should we just launch into the list? We're, I guess, to set the scene, maybe, if it wasn't like, okay, we got a Zoom call with Robert. He's coming up. Do you have an ideal spot that you would be like, oh, if you just ran into him somewhere, where would be your ideal?
I mean, I don't think a bar. I think more of like just kind of chilling on like a park bench, on like
walking around the park at the dog park or
something like that. Like he would love that shit. I think he would love walking around the dog park.
Like that photo of him just walking by the, you know, with the swans in the lake or whatever. Maybe I imagine the swans being there, but there's like a weird picture. Have you seen him? He's just like walking with his sunglasses like through a park, and he's just almost has his hands out like he's just hanging out.
I'd want to go through a graveyard with him, Gavin.
Yeah, totally.
Which cool. I mean, I actually that's like one thing I used to do when I was a kid to cope with my terrible childhood, is walk through cemeteries, because I had a couple near me, and like, so that was something that I used to love to do, and I'd still like doing on occasions. So like that would be something I'd like to do, but like just sitting on like a park bench or walking through some kind of park with him where there's like no pressure of anybody else hearing, and it's just kind of us and no
Yeah.
distractions of like any noise, but we can also notice things while we're walking. So and hold
Yeah.
hands. And
Have like a have like a before sunrise moment where you're just like walking through Austria with him
yeah.
down the streets.
And then I
Yeah, I like
slowly put
that.
my head on his shoulder at the bench and he puts his
He's
head on
like, it's all
mine.
gonna be
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Chaz. Thanks, man. I knew you'd be awesome.
And then we'd
Awesome.
smoke a joint together.
He's like, let's spark this shit up and get hot. Like, yes. Yeah, I would definitely need a couple drinks for me and him. I think to have the looseness that I would require of like a casual conversation, but a bar would be like too loud. I wouldn't be able to understand what the fuck he's
Yeah.
saying. Probably.
Yeah. That's
If it was
another
like,
thing. Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, what?
Especially if you drank too much.
Sorry. Yeah. He's getting all rowdy and shit. So maybe like in a record shop would be cool, but he might get like distracted every 5 seconds, you know, like, but like it'd be kind of fun, easy conversation. So maybe after we've browsed the record shop, one of those cool ones where you can drink beers in the record shop.
Yeah.
And then we're just hanging out.
Yeah. That would
waiting for Uber together.
as a music head, like, or in like people that actually make music, like yourself, I could see that as like a really cool experience of like just going through and like you're both on opposite sides of like the thing and like going through stuff, and he picks it like while you're asking a question, and like halfway he picks it up. He's like, I work with these guys.
Have you heard this? Yeah, I'd be totally broke because I would buy like every album he picked up. You know?
He'd buy it for you.
I feel like he's like, have you heard this? I'm like, no, but I'm buying it now because you recommend it. So awesome. All right, well, let's kick this one off. These are in no particular order, and like I said, if any inspire one or is connected to yours here, just chime in. We'll try to bounce back and forth as much as possible, but no order, so this would not be the best lead-off question by any means, but I'm always curious of why did it take so long to play Burn live? So seems like they love it now, and it's like in every set list since like 2019, maybe 2016, right? Wasn't it in the 2016 tour even? And I think it's been in like every show since. All the Cure fans are on board, so I don't really know. Jason clearly had the chops to do it from the start, you know? So it wasn't like they're, you know, we're just like, it's Boris's, we can't touch that now. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. Maybe he just kind of forgot about it or something. I can't even speculate.
Maybe he
what it
didn't
would be,
think people liked it as much as they actually
yeah,
did, which
you wonder
is
how
wild.
like disconnected he is. He's like, people like that, so he's like, yeah, dude. It's like so many people went to that movie just for the song, but
or bought the soundtrack just for that song.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, always curious if there's a story there. I'm just like, no real speculation even for that. But
maybe he didn't actually play the flute thing at the beginning of the song, and it took him that long to
work up the courage to learn how to bring that little thing on stage. Yeah. He's like, then I gotta bring my extra little flute thing. So,
it's too much.
Yeah, too much. So then from there, the conversation's clearly going wonderfully. So I would drop, what's your favorite venue that you've ever played?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Just whether it would be he reminisces of old small venues back in the day that he always loved, or if he's just like, whatever, the PNC Bank Arena is the shit. I love that. Or if there's one in, you know, who knows? But yeah, seems like Wembley has been but I don't know if that's just because it's the go-to there, or what is the home turf big one that they play, or if he has one that like he was gonna play the last Cure show. That could almost be the better question is like, if you're gonna play the last Cure show somewhere, anywhere you want, no matter the size, where would it be? You know, something like that.
Yeah.
He might even take it up a notch, and he's like, "Fuck it, Wembley Stadium this time." I don't know. So he's playing. Yeah, who knows?
I would probably ask him, like, I'd probably break that question down and be like, "What was your favorite early, like maybe like first 5 years Cure venue that you played, like dive kind of shitty, and like what's your favorite bigger venue to play?" So like,
Yeah,
just so we could hear both. Like
right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like two whole different worlds. So I can't even imagine like which is just the best. Playing sound wise, catering, backstage is nice. Like those things don't really matter. I was more like, which was the one that he just loved playing in the room, and
and the crowd was always into it. Like it was, there was also that, because I'm sure they played places where nobody was into it, and it just kind of sucked, right. Like, every band I think goes through that, so like, but like I want to hear like some band out here would be like some honky tonk bar in like Louisiana was like the shit,
like, really?
For some reason. Like it was like it was amazing. So yeah,
because that's kind of a good roundabout way of asking like where to, like he might like it just because it's in France or something, or if it's in fucking Louisiana or somewhere, where it's like without being like, well, I love the stadium, but the country shit.
Yeah. So who knows, but so I would like to ask him, and this is one of those stupid questions you might think, because in all these magazines that we read, like they would ask these questions and they would change, the answers would change throughout the years, and I want to know, with all this perspective in years gone by, give me his 3 favorite horror movies.
Okay. Yeah. I had something similar to that later on my list.
Okay.
Yeah. So movie questions, a lot of that kind of stuff. So horror in general.
Yeah. Just like horror in general.
3. Yeah. Cause they've had like, what was this? Like rider kind of list, or there was that one that got like leaked of like VHSs I want when I'm on tour or something.
And I saw it. I was like, oh shit. Are you serious? Yeah. Like it would make, I guess it would make sense, but at the same time, like, I don't like, you really don't think in those manners of like they're watching fucking horror movies on the road because they like them, and I'm just like, oh man, like and they're from Europe, so like I want to know like
if there's
stuff I've never even heard of,
Totally.
So like what, maybe there's a movie in the 70s that he was really like he still finds scary that I don't know about. I'd love to hear about that. So, or I'd like to see what we have in common. So that's horror movies are huge in my life. So
that's a great question.
Yeah.
Cause you wonder too, like how much is just like personal love of the genre, or like are those just fun to put on when you're like in your 20s and on the tour bus when they're all like pounding beers and like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're all sitting down together watching 2001 or something.
Yeah.
But maybe they are too, but at the same time
it's consistently one of the big, like it's still consistently the biggest genre, because like comedy is definitely like waned movies wise in the years, but this last summer was all horror movies all the time, and they all made bank, and like, so it's a genre that it seemed like he was into from early on, and I would love to hear what his perspective is on it like now. So I could sit and talk to him about horror movies all day long. Like that would just be it. And I feel like he would be into it and being like, I never get to talk about this shit to people.
Yeah, like what the hell have you ever heard him talk about any movies, let alone horror movies, like in an interview where somebody's really like, just tell me your favorites, why, and stuff like that would be great.
And I feel like he's the type of person he's how like reclusive kind of he is, that a lot of the time him and Mary or whoever else, just they sit and watch movies a lot of the time.
Yeah, I bet.
That's what I do.
If I was him too, I definitely would. That'd be great. I think so. Cool. I guess I could jump ahead to my similar ones and keeping some kind of theme. Well, I guess I have my obvious one of thoughts on Star Wars would be great, new or old. Just to see how quick that gets shot down, or everybody.
You're welcome, Scott.
Yeah. So, just tell me anything about Star Wars, because at one point they did have them listed. I think in the Wish tour book, when they have their little kind of Team Beat favorite things, like I think him and Simon had Star Wars trilogy down.
Yeah,
so it'd be interesting to see if he is totally stuck with it or not, or is indifferent. So
tell me about your thoughts of the politics of Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah,
and how he handled the control of the Senate.
Just see like every Cure fan's like, you got fucking Robert Smith on the podcast and you asked him about Jar Jar the whole time? What the fuck? That would almost be worth it. So
that would be like the ultimate troll to like all the Cure fans. Like.
They would just want to fucking kill us. Oh man. So yeah, next to that I had to ask you guys if any other genres or series that you would ask him about that's like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't really know of any. I mean, I kind of want to know what his favorite comedies are up to, but like I'm kind of scared that I'm just like, okay. Like,
yeah. And I know like when he's younger anyway, like, definitely artsier movies and stuff he's listed, and like foreign films that are like the classics. So, and which is kind of funny, going back to your horror idea, like I've heard like on numerous podcasts now where people are talking and they keep saying how currently horror is like the genre all the directors want to do because you have the most freedom right now. It seems like you can get as weird as possible still within that, and it's kind of cool because they're getting artsier, or at least able to take more risk, without the movie companies being like, what the fuck, and you could get like indie actors and
like even some of the movies that came out this summer. I saw most of the horror movies that came out this summer. I'm missing a few, but like all of them were like there was stuff in it, like even weapons. You're like, what the fuck? Like that would never be in like a general, movie in the movie theater before. And now it's in there, and it's just like, I'd love to hear his perspective on that. And
those kind of things. Yeah.
And I'm sure he can get any movie he wants, like directly to his house. Like,
totally. That's all those little perks you can think about there. So
I honestly, oh man, I would love to hear his view on Sinners.
Yeah.
With how musically,
like that.
Yeah.
Because that was a weird one because everybody talked it up so much, and I finally watched it, and I loved it until the vampire shit came.
Yeah, but like that was
just not a big horror dude. So it was like it just got kind of like, I was like, this is actually really good until then. I think they could have just made it a movie about these guys opening this little
Yeah,
it would have been awesome. That are all like fucking eating each other and shit. I'm like, how do you not notice there's no blood on their shirt? But so yeah, it would be cool to see if he's watched the modern ones too. So I had another movie question. I said, if your favorite movie director offered you a cameo in their next movie, would you do it? And have you ever been already offered a cameo in a movie? So
oh my God, he better not say Tim Burton.
I'm sure at some point, maybe like during peak Tim Burton, I'm sure he probably asked him to be an Edward Scissorhands somewhere.
That's something I would have approved of. Like, I would have been like, absolutely, that's of the time and everything. But like, I just, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
Frank and
kind of soured on him.
Yeah. It kind of fell apart quick. It's kind of crazy how a lot of directors are like that, where they just kind of hit their awesome phase, and then it's just like, ooh, you're like kind of just seeing their movies because you remember the old good ones. They get dumb quick. But
watch him say, I wanted to be in Darren Aronofsky's Requiem for a Dream. Just like, whoa, dude.
Right. Film debut. So yeah, I mean, we've joked on that with the wheel and stuff, Star Wars cameos or something like that. But it would be, because you could see him definitely shooting down like any like actual role. I think he's even said that. He's like, you could tell in his
he's not Sting.
Even in his video awkwardness, he doesn't seem to really want to be filmed constantly or anything. But just like that'd be full 75 kind of thing.
Yeah,
like working at the convenience store or something. You could see if he was some director that he really liked, maybe he would do it. So,
I have a movie one. Why didn't you do soundtracks?
Oh yeah, more like musical scores. You mean?
Yeah. Well, no, not that. But like, why didn't the band appear when all his other contemporaries were appearing on music soundtracks? Like in the 80s, it took them to like, they did like one or two obscure movies in the beginning, but then it took them to like 89 when they did some really bad. It was, I forget, it was something L.A.
Fascination Street was in
where they used Fascination Street, but like that nobody even knew about that. It was like,
and that was even just kind of pulled from the album. Like as far as like doing a specific song, was The Crow the first one, maybe, or like giving them like an unreleased song even? Because that was before like X-Files, right? Yeah. So
yeah, but like not John Carpenter. I'm blanking on it. Breakfast Club.
John Hughes.
John Hughes.
Yeah.
Like, were you ever asked to be in a John Hughes
I feel like somebody
like what happened?
I think he did say he was asked at one point and they just didn't want to do them, but I can't remember how absolute that was, or if that's something people just kind of run with.
What was the biggest film that you were asked to be
turned down?
Turned down.
Because it is weird. Because then they turned on it pretty fast, like that whole like Crow, Judge Dredd, X-Files, like that whole little era.
And then the early 90s or like late 90s, they were like Just Like Heaven was like on everything.
Yeah, they seemed to turn pretty fast on it at one point. I guess once the music industry started just falling apart. Yeah, they're like, we better cash in when we can. But no, I'm sure.
Have they ever been asked to do any ads, and why have they turned that down? And I'm glad that they have.
Yeah, I think he's been pretty on the record of not wanting any commercials. That's why that Pictures of You thing was so weird when they finally used them for like the disposable Polaroids or whatever. But then I found out that that's what he used to buy the rights and shit when Fiction Records sold. He got I don't know if it was publishing or what, but like, you know how in the label split, he needed all the actual ownership, and he said he used that to buy it. So that's fucking awesome that he was like, all right, here's one commercial. I got my money. I'm putting it towards something smart. And that's like, shit. Yeah. All right. He's like,
I just want to know, like, what's like the biggest company that came to you and asked, like, did TJI Fridays come to you and ask for Friday I'm in Love?
Totally. Like, no, they did. He must have turned down tons of shit for that in particular.
Wings dipping in the background.
It's Friday, I'm in love. Mozzarella sticks, half off. It's like, oh, God.
2 for $10 appetizers.
He's like, you can use 100 years if you want. They're like, I think we're good. So yeah, I think the last music or film related one I had was, we know that you've pulled a lot of lyrical inspiration from books, but what about films? Have any specific films inspired lyrics in Cure songs? So just the way that we're always pulling out these books that have some crazy underlined flipped Cure references, but any movies, those are like harder to admit. He's like, I was watching Dumb and Dumber and I got inspired. It's like, really, that line?
The diarrhea scene.
Yeah, because I've definitely like snagged lines from like really stupid movies I would never want to credit or anything, you know? Or just like, it's like shit.
I had a book question of like what, and I'll probably not even understand like the book that he's talking about, but like what book have you wanted to use as a source but haven't? And is there a book that you would write a whole album around?
Yeah. He probably has, even I wouldn't say which ones, like the whole album was a concept of. So yeah, that's cool.
He throws everybody for a loop and says a John Grisham novel.
Yeah, exactly.
The Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker's great. So, that's why where it's better not to peek behind the curtain sometimes. You know, or you're just like, whoa, really that? But,
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, it's so sexy. That book is so sexy. Awesome. So yeah, all right, let's see, just a few rando ones I had. What creature do you see when you look at the High single cover art? It's like an ink blot thing. Like, what does he actually see with it? Is it a bird? I've heard chickens. I've heard some kind of monkey, dog. Who knows? I always go with bird, but I don't know. I guess it's like a little face too, or maybe he doesn't have any specifics. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's cool.
He spilled some wine on a carpet and it just came out like that. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he asked Pearl at some point, but maybe he didn't.
Well, I mean, we asked the same thing about Head on the Door, right?
Yeah. True. Well, that's a blurred
Didn't he?
picture,
I mean, he's
but
yeah.
His sister, I think we figured out that was like, but yeah, I've I don't remember if that got confirmed or anything, but yeah, it looks like there's birds in it. It could be anything going on, like what was actually going on, so probably better questions for Pearl, but let's see. As far as other stuff, do you still have a copy of Carnage Visors, the film Simon's brother made from the picture tour? Because he said at one point there was like, what, 2 copies? One's out there and one is his or something, or Simon's brother had it or something. So said there was only 2 copies. I wonder if he still has it. He needs to digitize that shit.
Before it's Robert. Like gone to time.
It's gonna have mold on it. We're gonna lose it like all our VHSs. Let's see. What's your favorite recorded Cure song that you've never officially played live, and why not? So, kind of going back to that Burn thing of like, is there one that they recorded like a few hours after this or something? Does he have a favorite and he just thinks it's perfectly recorded and can't be replicated live, or just doesn't give a shit, or
do the Hansa?
Yeah, they've played that. I guess you probably saw that one.
Yeah,
live,
they
right?
twice. I forget what it was. Like I remember looking at the numbers.
So there's a handful of ones that they've never played that are like kind of considered classic B-sides and stuff. But I mean, there's a lot of the later B-sides and stuff that they've never played. But To the Sky or something like that. So who knows? Probably wouldn't have much of an answer for that one. Just be like, because we have 500 better songs.
Yeah.
The shows are already 3 hours long.
Did they ever play Freak Show live?
Yeah, I think I've seen it live even, but yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I think they played it on that singles show that we saw in Charlotte where they played like all singles. They played it there, busted out the cowbell and everything.
Lord.
And that Rome show where they played all of 413, they played it on that. So yeah, probably a handful. Guitar nerd question I have: how many versions of that Jazz Master with the 3rd pickup did you make? Because I know there's at least 2 out there, and then I can't tell if one of them's the one that got all like where he like made an art piece out of it, and is like by the top era it's all like carved and shit. So I don't know if he took that out then and put it in another one, because if he took them from his original Woolworth guitar, then there's only 2 pickups in that he could have put in other ones. But I feel like I've seen more than 2, so I don't know if he's buying other old shitty Woolworth guitars to put that pickup in a Jazz Master. So a little technical weirdness, but I'd just like to know if he just makes those constantly, or if it was all stemmed from that one original guitar of his. So
do you have any drummer questions?
Nah, but do you?
Yeah, I just want to know who his favorite drummer that he worked with was and why.
Okay.
And this is something he'd have to answer, like, because I'm sure he would be political about it.
Yeah.
But like, I'd want to hear like who and why. Like maybe he thought Andy was like the best drummer he's ever been with, and it was just issues with, being able to tour and everything.
Like Jason standing right next to him. It would have to be a in the park kind of off the record question, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm sitting right here. It's like, well, first off, definitely not Lowell. What the hell, man?
Yeah, there's how many drummers have they had? 4. And I mean, if you want to count the ones that were
the sub ones, like that were filled in,
with like 4 major ones.
I doubt he would pick one of the dudes they didn't pick for Wild Mood Swings. The one that got away.
Yeah.
The dude from what was
rope him in.
The guy from what was that fucking band? Delamitri, I think it was. I want to say it was like a drummer that went on to play with them or something. That was one of the audition drummers around Wild Mood Swings. It's got to be right. There's no way that band would have popped in my head if it wasn't, but might be wrong there. So.
Yeah, not Los Lobos or anything.
Yeah, I'll fact check that before I edited it out of the.
I'd also want to ask him what's his favorite piece of. I mean, he probably wouldn't even call it memorabilia, but like memorabilia that he has from another artist. Like, does he have a Bowie guitar? Like, is that his favorite thing? Does he have something of Hendrix that he managed to come across
Yeah,
in
that
the
would be
years.
cool. Just like his kind of private nerdy collections type
yeah,
stuff. Because
he's got to have
yeah,
stuff like
even if he's
that.
not a big collector, anybody with that much connections and money, even if it was just
Bowie gave
gifted
him a
to him,
jacket.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that has to be like what's one of your prized possessions from a hero or something like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that'd be cool. He might have like all kinds of I have the ultimate Funko Pop collection. Every Funko, really?
He brings you over and pulls a curtain back that's it's like 30 feet high and just
Jesus, dude.
All right, man.
Now I know what you've been doing all those years that we don't hear about you.
They're all alphabetical by genre, by.
I guess I have two in that vein. Then we could hop around to. One would be specific to albums. What's your most cherished album in your collection? Whether it be CDs or records or whatever the hell I'm sure he's got a pretty solid vinyl collection. So what's
his favorite? Not his favorite album of all time, but his favorite album that he owns, like in a certain media aspect. Like
that'd be kind of cool. Like what's his go-to favorite? He might have like a first pressing kind of same deal of is there anything he totally nerded out on as a fan of? So that would be cool.
Somehow he has like an 8-track of or he has that really rare Sex Pistols album. Yeah,
probably wouldn't even be like Bowie's first single or something. It would just be like, this is a song from my childhood that's on this Tippy the Tiger on a 45. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Cool.
You found it at a yard sale.
Yeah, so I got for 45 cents.
Yeah.
Cool. And let's see. I guess, as far as the personal stuff of... is there a certain hobby of yours that Cure fans would be surprised by? I.e. pickleball or playing Fortnite or what is his what?
Yeah, does he collect anything weird? Even like the Funko Pops, but does he collect anything weird? Is there something on the road that he always grabs?
Yeah, looks for as like a collector or just a hobby, something he does that people would be like, whoa, never knew.
Yeah.
Robert.
My wife grabs the "Do Not Disturb" signs at every hotel we ever stay at.
Oh yeah, just that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So those little things, does he do anything weird like that? I would like to know that. Yeah. And then I don't want to see that area of his house.
Yeah. It's got 8 rooms full of it. So. Totally. Let's see if there's
his favorite candy bar.
There you go. It's so many.
Honestly, that's after that story, I was like, man, I wonder what his favorite candy is.
Yeah, was it a variety or a specific one that he was really going to town on, or what was it?
Was it like a regional candy, or was it or something that he can't get in the UK, or it's an Americanized version of something that is different in the UK? Because I had Pepsi. I hate Pepsi. It's trash water to me. But we were driving in Ireland and they only had Pepsi at this one rinky-dink grocery store we stopped at. And so I had to get it. It was delicious. Because of the type of sugar they used in it.
What is this?
Yeah. So
interesting. Yeah.
We tried some Irish versions of American stuff, and we were
it's cool. Sometimes
surprised each time.
Things will shift a little bit. Yeah.
He loves American Kit Kats.
Right. Hates them back home, but here they're perfect. So refresh people on the candy bar story so they don't know if they don't know what we're talking about.
So from this lore, I want to say it was in Atlanta, but I could be totally wrong with the location. But they were trying to get him for sound check, and they couldn't reach him in the hotel room, so they got really concerned. So one of, I don't know, somebody in the hotel or somebody with the venue went into the hotel room, and he was passed out on the bed covered in candy bar wrappers.
He goes without saying he's probably just tired or something. It wasn't the candy bars that knocked him out necessarily.
It was candy bars, Gavin.
Pretty sure he
consumed so much American chocolate that his body couldn't consume it, and he passed out.
Well, I guess we've all been there.
Drunk on candy bars.
But yeah, I wonder which one it was, or if it was the variety bag or what. Just like fucking Three Musketeers.
He just went to Walmart and grabbed one of those giant Halloween bags.
It's like, oh God.
Yeah, the ones that like you carry over your shoulder.
Yeah. It's gonna be a short night, guys.
That's the rider for each show.
Yeah, who knows? I guess he's got a sweet tooth, so there we go.
I feel you, man.
I don't have any food questions. Yeah, I guess the closest I had was the orange juice and red wine.
Yeah.
Just to elaborate on that would be good. I've tried it a few times. Never really.
Ask him to make it for you.
Yeah,
that would be
we
something.
Could have a orange juice.
Make me your favorite drink.
Because, it's a weird one. I wouldn't think that would be the best for your throat while you're singing. You know, it's a little like acidic.
Oh, yeah.
And like you start burping up stuff.
Yeah. Fucking heartburn like halfway through the set. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Even the red wine with that. Yeah. Like, oh, man.
And it would almost have to be kind of a shitty red wine. You would feel kind of like weird using a good bottle of red wine and just pouring it in the orange juice, you know, but maybe he's got that Robert money. He can just...
With ice cubes.
With ice cubes. Yeah. It's kind of a weird combo. So I would like to.
Yeah, I don't drink, but like I think it would be cool to be like, make me your favorite drink. Yeah. Like I want to know what Robert sits down with every night, you know, so I can drink that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and tell that story of how he made this drink.
Yeah,
you know,
I like as far what's your favorite comfort food?
Yeah.
Probably something gross like beans on it.
Yeah,
shit.
I guess going back to the tour books, it was always a curry kind of thing. Was like what his favorite was, but I don't know if that's so much comfort food as just what he likes to go out and have. But yeah, I wonder what just is his at home, you know? Like So yeah, you could go on all day with food questions too. Let's see. And animals. Actually, I don't have too many animal questions other than. What are your pet sheep's names? I want to know more about these sheep. I think. But
Can I pet them?
Finally put to bed if he's a cat or dog or both person, because everybody's speculated that for years. If there's just like that one picture of him like really getting into dogs and petting those dogs, and everyone's like, "Oh, those are Robert's dogs."
Yeah.
So who knows? But then he does mention cats a lot in songs, so who knows? Maybe. Probably has a big enough house where you could have one of each or a couple of each.
Probably, yeah, so, yeah. And once he says cats, he better be ready for me to say bullshit.
And then the follow up is, do they get along with the sheep? So he probably has like a border collie that like runs around and chases the sheep and gets them to go wherever he needs them.
Yeah. So, what do you think Robert's dog's name is?
Yeah, I want to know all his pets. His pet fish name is probably got a fucking bird. He's got like an animal of every animal that got mentioned in Cure Sauce. He has as a pet in his house. He's got his cockatoos and everything, you know.
Dead flies everywhere.
An alligator. So we know there's preferred format of listening. What would be his preferred format? Because he mentioned he has iPods all around his house. He said every room has like an iPod of some sort. I'm assuming just some kind of MP3 player. It's the old iPods.
I can still have him. I can see him still having that.
Yeah, like, he gets it professionally refurbished every year.
Yeah, and somebody's like, you could put this all on your phone, and he's like, no.
Because he doesn't even have a phone that could handle all that. So his flip phone can't even put them on. So he's confirmed that he has those in the house. But is that like his like go-to and preferred format? Because he also says he buys tons of music. Mm-hmm. So you kind of wonder if he's buying records then, because you can't really strip those as easy to put on the iPads or iPhones or anything. And yeah, who knows? Maybe he's just got iPads everywhere too, and he's just like got 400 iPads.
Yeah.
So it might not be a classic iPod or MP3 player, but yeah, I just wonder. I'd assume records because he grew up with those, and it seems like
8-track. He has everything converted to 8-track.
Yeah. With cassettes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, usually the big turnoff with vinyl these days would just be that it cost a fortune. So I don't think he has any problem there. So he could probably buy. So then my follow up then would be going to the record store idea of like, does he actually go to like the local record shop? Can you imagine like you're just thumbing through some new shit and you look over and fucking Robert's there in like a disguise with like a Dallas Cowboys hat on and sunglasses. You're like, no fucking way. That's gotta be.
Did I ever tell you about the time I met Denzel Washington?
No. Did you run into him in a record shop?
No, I was working at Modell's Sporting Goods in South Philadelphia, and somebody asked me to go help someone in the camping area. So I go back there, and there's a guy back there with 2 other people, and they're asking me about sleeping bags. So I got them a sleeping bag, and we walked up to the front and checked him out. And I looked up and looked at him and saw the way he was chewing gum, but he had sunglasses on and just a baseball cap down. And I was like, holy shit, you're Denzel Washington. And then I look out at the parking lot, and there's a black tinted out SUV with a bodyguard standing in front of it.
The door.
and I look over, and I didn't realize there was a bodyguard standing to the left of him too. And I'm just like, have a good day. And he just like walked out, and like I grabbed someone, and I was like, that's Denzel Washington.
Like, no way. No, look at him. That's awesome. Yeah.
I was like starstruck in that moment, because like his cousin or one of his family members is Yuki Washington, who's the major newscaster here. So like he comes to Philadelphia, like he's in Philadelphia. Yeah, so
cool. Yeah, he's a good one to see. That'd be awesome.
It was weird. Yeah. Like when we saw Ethan Hawke in New York City, picking up a goddamn feather,
talking some shit, telling some great story. I'm sure walking down. I should have totally. I regret not chasing him down. He's like my favorite actor. I was like, holy shit! How many times are you on the way to see your favorite band and see your favorite actor in the street? I was just too like, oh, that's already too perfect. I can't. You're like, excuse me, Mr. Hawk. Can I get my photo?
And I'm sure if either of our wives were with us, they would have been like, we're going. Yeah, totally. No, go. Yeah. My wife would have grabbed me and go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
KC for sure. Yeah.
We suck.
He's a weird one, too, though, because he's like so casual at times, but I could see him being a total dick, too. Or just, or he could go either way, or I could see him being like your best friend for 4 minutes, or like it would just go really bad. Or it would just be like, come on, man, what the fuck? So I'd be like, sorry, dude. I mean, it was just it'd almost be weirder, too, to be like, I don't really want to talk too long or anything. We're going to see like The Cure, and that's a little more important to me right now, but you're my favorite actor. Yeah. He's like, what?
He's like, I'm not the top of the totem pole.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
this is awesome, but like, I kind of like the one time in my life I'm doing something cooler. So, so yeah, let's see.
He's like, are you meeting The Cure? It's like, no, we're sitting like in the third level, like, but like that's still cooler than meeting you.
Yeah,
can we take like two seconds?
2 seconds, like, just a quick photo. And I have this list of questions that I have in my back pocket
that I'm always carrying in case I meet you.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, kind of hopping around a bit. Let's see. How many nearly finished unheard albums do you have? So this is where I'm casually dropping, like digging for information out of it. Like, come on, dude. How many are we talking? Like 2, 15, or like?
Yeah, and feet to the fire, he has to answer.
Yeah, like and fucking like then, for real too. And you wouldn't, because to him, none of them are near finished, but they're all like done and mastered and just sitting there. He's like, well, I'm not completely sure about the sequencing. Who gives a fuck, man? Just put them out.
Yeah, and that would probably break. That would be one of those questions break my heart. Like
Yeah,
knowing if there's like any truth to the fact that like they're just
sitting there waiting.
sitting there.
Yeah. So,
What's up with the documentary, dude?
yeah, that's on the list there. These are the
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's just plow through it. Once you get that one started, you gotta. If you could change one album cover, what would it be?
Ooh, that is a good one.
I guess technically he could change them for the re-releases, but he seems to be a kind of a purist in that form. He's not.
Yeah,
Some people when they do their reissues, they always kind of tweak it or change songs or which I kind of hate. I love that he kind of keeps it as it was. It's like too late at this point, but I wonder if there's one that he kind of always thought was a good idea at the time, and now he's like, I should have gone with the other picture that was the second choice or something. So
yeah, like Disintegration. Like what other album artwork did they have that like? Because I know he wasn't like too thrilled with his face on the front of it.
Probably some
like,
variation of that or something. But I wonder
it's
if
Lowell's face.
Yeah, pull a new order and put like the drummer just Boris on the like, what? Weird. Let's see. Can you reconfirm the story that you briefly told on stage in Atlanta about a baby being left on your doorstep that at least partially inspired the song Disintegration? Because remember he walked out on stage and showed that whole weird of like, someone left a baby on our front porch. And that's what this song's about. Like, really? All the shit that we read into that song, that was definitely not the angle.
Yeah.
So,
nope.
Yeah, I mean, it might have inspired that one line, but maybe the whole song? Who knows? But I would like a little more details on that, please. While we were just hanging out here in the park.
Tell me your most crushing moment in your marriage, please.
Tell me, what is your rock bottom, Robert?
What's the worst fight you had with Mary and why?
It's like, oh, I gotta go. Going back to the collaboration topic we briefly touched on, would you like to collaborate with anyone that you haven't yet?
Axl Rose.
Yeah, who knows? Like, most people would never want to say it out loud because then they would think it doesn't happen, or you know what I mean? If there is somebody, he's like, I'm fucking Robert Smith. I could collaborate with anyone I want.
I mean, seriously. I mean,
fair enough.
I mean, he did a collaboration with, well, it wasn't really a collaboration, but Olivia Rodrigo,
right?
And she's selling that record now with him on it, which is awesome.
Totally, yeah.
I think is absolutely. I like Olivia Rodrigo, so whatever. I think she like if she doesn't write him or whatever, but she's part of a great pop thing, whatever's going on with that. And to bring Robert Smith into that is absolutely amazing. And
it's kind of like a single almost too from that upcoming live. The way it's on streaming anyway, where they've pulled just those two songs. You can just like listen to those like a little. I saw people online were saying too. How cool would that be if they released like a 45 of those as like a little single? I'd buy the
record store day or something.
That'd be cool.
That would be rad. I would go to the record store day and get that purple vinyl.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, awesome. I'd be down with that shit. So like I don't know. Like I would want him to collab with something out of the box.
Yeah.
But like not like Gorillas out of the box,
right?
Like,
that's why she's like, perfect for that because it's kind of like, oh, all right, that was a little like way bigger mainstream than I would think he would go, But at the same time, it's cool because that's kind of the goal.
A metal band,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like not Korn though. Like I'm like Mastodon or something like really, like
hard to say.
Like if you ever do anything like that, but the Olivia Rodrigo thing kind of points to that he's open to just about any genre at any age range. And look at Bowie, like when he was so old, and he was still and Robert was young and he was collaborating with him, so.
Yeah, I wonder if Robert would ever do. I guess since he's so Cure oriented as like a band, he would never do like what was that? Bowie's was it his 50th birthday? I feel like he's
where
they did the whole thing. Yeah, I think it was, which seems super young now, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it was 60th.
Yeah, I think it was 50th, but I wonder if Robert would ever do something like that, or he has, a big birthday. I don't see him doing it.
I don't see him doing it like that. No.
But it would be cool just to see who he would choose to collaborate. It'd almost be for like a meltdown or something like that. Or if he did it as not The Cure, but people collaborating with him to do a big tribute thing. But
yeah,
he'd have to be like
I would like to see him
probably to
decide that. I would love to see him do something with like Kate Bush.
Yeah,
like now.
Yeah, is she doing much anymore? Is she still putting stuff on? Or? Yeah,
coming out for Meltdown probably.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. Totally.
Yeah. God, could you imagine if she came out on stage and did songs with Robert Smith?
Yeah, even just singing along with some classics is actually one of my questions too. Have they ever tried doing live harmonies with whether it be somebody else in the band or having a guest come out and just do the harmony parts? Because so many of the songs, as we saw very quick with Songs of a Lost World, hearing them live first and then hearing the album, you're like, oh my God, they have so many cool layers of vocals in there.
Yeah.
And something like Friday I'm in Love is perfect for that, where there's those whole backtracks that are like, oh yeah, the higher voices makes the song really. I wonder if they've tried it though, like in rehearsals even, where Simon's doing the
oh my God, yeah.
He's doing the harmonies and shit.
Can anybody else in the band sing?
It can't be that off. You would think.
Yeah, to the point where they could do even a backing, other lyrics.
Yeah, even if you just
on the album of saying something and you sing it over, back over it or whatever, and
that'd be so weird.
Are they really that bad? Throughout the history of the band,
Simon sang on some of that Fool's Dead stuff. It wasn't really high harmonies or anything, but I'm sure he could sing it. But yeah, I just can't picture him I can see him doubling up parts and stuff, Mm-hmm. Roger seems like he's, could probably hit everything, technically enough, or he knows the parts of whatever. You could tell, he could be oh, I'll sing the fifth on this, and pulling out on the drummer harmonies are always just weird. So who knows? Poor Jason probably could like sing like a little choir boy or something. But he's like, yeah,
they got a mic like down here, and he's just like
starts getting into some Don Henley shit or something. It's like, ugh.
Yeah,
he's like,
I've seen that before, like in bands, like where the lead singer or like one of the lead singers is the drummer, and it's just always off-putting. Like, I don't know why.
I'm always like, where the fuck are the
get out behind the kid.
So
where's that coming from?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Like the first time I know you're not really into metal, but like the first time I saw Mastodon, the drummer is like one of the singers in the band. Like I think there's 3 different vocalists. So it's like the bassist, the guitarist, and then the drummer. And like one of my favorite songs, like I'm like, where the fuck? Oh my God, he's singing that part?
Yeah.
Like, that's
it's always so weird. Yeah, you're like, now I know. Wow. Quick one we have no further details on, but of course for my own anxiety of just who the fuck is Bunny Lake? Can you just tell us, please? So, gotta know. If anybody's not into the Bunny Lake mystery, just look it up in that Curapedia. They do a good job of telling what the hell it is, but basically a credited name, Bunny Lake, in many albums, usually just stuff like technical assistant or whatever I figure like the term is. There's been some postcards of the artwork was done by Bunny Lake, which there's a weird wrinkle into it that it's not just some intern. And that all references this movie that Robert loved from his youth. It's basically about a kid that gets abducted from daycare, and they all think the mom's going crazy and that the kid never existed, but Bunny Lake's out there. Spoiler.
See, horror shit.
Horror shit. And I think it's got to be Mary, but it still seems weird that she would be.
Yeah.
But almost seems like it has to be. So I'm going to ask him. I'll put him on the spot. But he'll probably just never take that with him to the grave. But
I want to ask him, who does your merch, and can I do it instead?
Yeah. or maybe more subtle, how involved are you in the merch?
Yeah.
He's like, I do it. Why? Like, oh, never mind.
Like, oh, Jesus Christ. How about I take that over and you go focus on something else?
Like finishing the album or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be interesting to know how involved he is, and if it is like a family member or something that I can't fire him.
I think it's just more. Yeah, I think it's more or less some kind of media company handles that for them, like including like all the things they signed on to with like, Forever 21 and all those other stores that even the Walmart. The Walmart thing was wild, where I got two Cure shirts. One of them was the 92 Wish one that you see all around like purple now, but it was in white.
Yeah.
And then like a weird one with like his face on it for $10. It's like, so this is weird.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, just the fact that they were that cheap too is like, I'll grab those real quick. And it's like, and they weren't like the same ones as Hot Topic. I almost wondered if they were like leftovers, like overstock or something, and they pawned them off on Walmart or something. But like, I don't think they were the exact same ones. That concert
they
one,
weren't.
I don't think I've seen.
No.
Strange.
but also they do that like Noah streetwear shit. So I'm like,
that's
and other things like that. I'm like, why? Like who? Because that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But like, and it sells for like $300. It goes against your whole thing of selling merch at like a reasonable price. Like that's like, I'd want to, that would be like a weird discussion, but still something I'd want to have with them, so.
Yeah, and something there's a good chance he'd just be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, probably. Like
like, all right, go. Somebody, his lawyer would just like check on boxes of sure, whatever the fuck. Check.
Yeah, lawyer come in and kick me in the balls and
shut the fuck up, man.
Shut the fuck up.
It's paid for my swimming pool, dude.
Seriously.
It's like, oh, okay, sorry.
I gotta get another yacht this week.
Yeah. That's all the shit that people are embezzling from him.
Yeah.
He's just like, whatever. What is something that makes you consistently laugh? So we've covered the horror genre, but what is whether it be a certain show or movie or just something pies in the face? Who knows? Maybe there's just one thing that I could just see consistently makes Robert chuckle or full.
What's something that makes you consistently laugh?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess the one on the top of my head was I always say about Spinal Tap, the original.
Yeah.
How I fear that, like, with every time I watch it now, that it's just not going to be as funny anymore. Like even like some of my favorite Kids in the Hall shit or Mr. Show is like right up there for me. But like even those, after a while, the joke just starts to not be quite as funny anymore because you've seen it 5,000 times or whatever. Spinal Tap always fucking delivers the first one.
Yeah, it does.
So the new one had some good chuckles, but didn't have the mega laughs like that one. It was more just, I keep comparing it to the Muppet movies where it's just fun to see them doing anything. So it doesn't really matter, but they probably could have worked on some kind of premise a little longer since they had 40 years. One of those kind of things, but who cares? I'll see them do anything.
What's something that like everyday humans do that make you laugh? Like falling down or like farts.
Pretty good. Yeah. Let's see.
Puking is the one for me.
That just cracks
like
you
anytime I see somebody puke, I like, even my wife, and she hated it because she puked like every day, like when she was pregnant. But like it's just a reaction to me. We're like,
wow. That just kind of makes me want to puke too when I see people puke.
Yeah, I know some people are like that too. But like even when I throw up, I laugh afterwards. Like, of like how I reacted.
Nice.
Like a good puke story makes me laugh too. Like that. Yeah. So.
I guess one of my more unexplainable ones, just stupid. I love like news bloopers and stuff, like people that are professional fucking up, I guess, like in a really ridiculous way, like people that are, I guess, because I never have my shit together. It's great to see like people that are supposed to have their shit together just like totally falling apart, whether it's like nothing too dangerous wise, like when they're falling off bridges or anything, but like when they're slipping or, get hit by the wave at the hurricane or, So more just when they freak out and start cursing or something, So I love that shit for some reason, but yeah, I don't know. I laugh at pretty much everything too. So
yeah.
Let's see. We're getting down to the wire here, so we won't keep you good people too much long with our imaginary conversation with Robert. But let's see. If you did a podcast of a band, much like the Holy Hour, what band would he host the podcast of? Like one that he'd want to talk about for 300 episodes.
My fear would be like the Beatles or something.
Yeah, it'd probably be like Bowie or no, was it Alex Harvey?
Yeah.
It'd be like one of those, like Jimi Hendrix, the old Jimi Hendrix podcast. Because he never quite seems to let those go. Nick Drake or something like that. But
I could take that. Like, I mean, like I just would like anything besides the Beatles. Like I'd want something like I would even take Bowie just from like his personal perspective. I would love to hear those. Like of like we talk about like how one of his albums, like hearing Starman for the first time, like what that did to him and like where he was and like what he was, because I know he knows. He's just like, I remember the first time I heard that on like the radio or I got the 45, where and like we did like dissecting lyrics and stuff. Like I'm not even the biggest Bowie fan, but I would love to hear something like that.
That would be really fucking cool. So Robert, get on it, man. The Robert Podcast. He seems to like to do like where he DJs and talks and stuff. So I could see him getting into it. Maybe he's already done it and he just doesn't release any of the episodes. I've done 400 episodes. Holy
his
shit.
His assistant just tells him he releases them each week.
Bunny Lake. Yep, new episodes up. Wonderful. It's like, we can't put this shit out there. They're never gonna take him serious anymore. So I like that. Let's see. Weird one. I would probably never have the balls to actually ask because it's a little too personal. But you ever noticed he wears a wedding ring like way before he actually got married? If you look at the old photos, he has like a wedding ring. Just odd because he didn't really strike me as the promise ring kind of dude, Mary and I had promise rings.
Really evangelical, and we didn't know this
I was
time.
like, what? There's a twist ending I never saw coming. So wonder if there's something to that. But
does he still have those high pants that he wore when he was younger?
Totally. Does he save his old big high tops? Does he have his old shoes, like his own museum of Big Robert shoes that he wears?
What if he's a fucking sneakerhead?
Yeah, he's got like a whole.
Can you imagine that shit?
He's my original Air Jordans.
Yeah, he's like these are my Jordan 1s.
Yeah, like, holy shit.
In the box.
Yeah, it could be possible. He definitely seems to have a specific thing for the big puffy shoes, at least for a long time. There, it's
yeah. If you talk to, I mean, some people have the like stuff that you don't even think that they would collect, and it's just I collect 90s and early 2000s basketball cards. Like
that's
like
totally
it's
something
like
you wouldn't expect,
Yeah, it's like weird.
So, that's awesome. Kind of already asked this one. What's their average day like when you're not touring? So, does he have a routine? Does he, wake up at 2 and then go do some gardening in the heat of the day? Come back in, play a little Madden football. Then who knows? Or is he just
orders a pizza, drinks some Code Red?
Who knows? How if he reads something specific, or if he just constantly wakes up, grabs the guitar, must write the next hit. So
him and Mary are on like online just playing like Call of Duty against like teenagers,
one end of their house to the other.
Using the most obnoxious phrases and words.
He's just going through all the Facebook cure groups, like putting shit in there.
Oh my god, he's one of the shit posters in there.
He's
that
like,
just
I fucking love technology. Social media is hilarious. Like he's all in it. Like he acts like he isn't. He's always just spends all day like going through Instagram shit.
He's just sitting back making AI cat videos now.
Yeah, who knows? Anything could be going on in that house. But, or at least what he would volunteer to tell somebody would be interesting. So, going back to the shit not released, just prying for are the deluxe editions for the other albums coming out. So box checked. He's like, no. He's like, they're not already.
Why picture discs?
Yeah. He's like, they're not already out. I thought they were. Down to the last couple. Here we go. If going back to films, I guess if they ever do a Cure biopic, would you get involved or want to be involved, or would you want to avoid it completely? You know how some people like have to be on set to make sure they get the facts right and or anything like that. Or if I could see him not wanting to any part of it, or even okaying a biopic probably. But
I could see him not okaying it. But like also if it was, I don't see him. I just see him giving an approval of what they want to do and not like being a part of it.
Like if he's going to let them do it, he would trust them and then okay it once it's done, kind of, or okaying the script. But I guess the closest would probably be if he ended up doing a book or something and then they made the movie based on the book. Then it would be kind of more of a threat of them fucking up anything. But who knows? But hopefully they never do that.
I'd rather have a book.
Yeah, or
a documentary.
Documentary sounds perfect. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Definitely don't need the whole cast of idiots playing Robert.
No.
Final question, unless you got anything still.
No, I don't think so. I think I covered everything. Other than I want to talk politics, but other than that,
some good deep stuff off to the side would be good for sure.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask, of course, our time machine question, but for him, it would be more of a It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Carol kind of scenario where if he could go back and watch an old Cure show from any era, whether he's replaying it or just watching, oh, look how young I was. Yeah. He can have that choice of which angle to take with it, but which specific show or era would he choose, I wonder.
I guess along those lines, you could ask if there was one path or decision you made in the band from day one up to now, if you could change, would you?
Yeah, even lead it with like you've made some kind of huge left turns, and throwing curveballs with the career, of keeping everybody on their toes. That seemed very intentional. Is there any that you regret? Kind of, or maybe not use the word regret because that sounds a little more major, but would you have changed any? I could.
Like, I mean, I'm sure he's fine and happy where he's at, but like, same thing with, I think anybody, you'd be like, oh man, I would go back and not done that. Like, would you have gone back and not done the self-titled, or would have done something else, or even
just like shortening phases more or extending, like I would have done more pop singles for a little bit before doing Head on the Door, or
not been a part of Susie and just focused on the Cure instead, something like that.
Yeah, you wonder.
Or gone to Susie.
Yeah, stayed I should have stayed in the bench. I was like, really? Nah, you did the right thing.
Should have gone with the glove.
Yeah. I should have made the glove my main project. Released like 10 more glove albums. And we'd be like, eesh, no, you're good. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Lots of avenues to take on that. So the good old time machine question. And of course, my ultimate final question would be, do you remember Disintegration? Because that was awesome.
Being Chris Farley?
Yeah. Do you remember Disintegration? You're like, yeah. Because that was awesome.
It was awesome. You remember the time you played with Simon? One time? That was so cool.
Awesome. Just like heaven. So cool.
Then that's probably what we would do if we saw it, like ever met him. But like, I hope that like I would make him laugh up to a point where he'd feel comfortable enough to like talk to me and not do the whole awkward.
Yeah, he's just staring at the floor, kept looking at his watch.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God. But, yeah, so I think that's a pretty good batch of information. And then we could go like do about 300 more episodes based on the answers to all these, I think. And keep
absolutely.
Podcast
yeah.
going. Lots of content could be revealed in this batch of questions. So apologies if, God forbid, or someday we are fortunate enough to talk to Robert. Forbid. We'll have to double up some of these questions, but maybe that would be good too, because our listeners would know what we're trying to say as we're if you're horror movies and
voice cracking.
Yeah, oh God. And then you start cracking up because I'm throwing up.
Yeah, you're puking, I'm laughing. He's like, what the fuck is this a
show? Is this?
One of those TikTokies?
That would be great. So yeah, lots of good stuff. And again, any listeners out there, let us know what you would want to ask, or, would want somebody to ask out there. And if any of these made you totally cringe up in your seat and go, God, no, please don't ever ask him about movies. You don't know about his weakness of movie conversations. He freaks out every time, starts smashing shit every time anybody brings up Bunny Lake. Don't bring up Bunny Lake. Like, oh shit. All right, cool. Thank you for letting me know. So,
his assistant grabs us like, don't look him in the eye.
Don't ever fucking mention Bunny Lake. Oh shit. All right. It's like, damn, okay. This goes deeper than I thought.
You do it anyway, and he just falls down and grabs his head and starts screaming.
Oh, no.
You mentioned it, didn't you?
God, I'm sorry, man. It's really not that important. It's just some credits and postcards.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's like, oh, shit.
It's everything.
Oh, God. Yeah, that one.
That's where he was when he wasn't putting out those albums.
Yeah, he just didn't. Sorting out some Bunny Lake stuff. So
yeah.
Yeesh. All right. Well, like we said, let us know any questions out there that we should add, and your thoughts, or maybe you got some better speculated answers to ones we did come up with. So hit us up on any of the social medias. But until then, just go get your French Cure playlist in order and brace yourself for summer 2026. That's pretty long way, isn't it? When you really say it out loud.
If you make it that far, Godspeed. Good luck.
Still a lot of time to get through. So, oh man.
Man. It's less than a year now, though, Gavin. Yeah. Less than a year.
Yeah, it'll fly by. So
it's almost the end of September, buddy.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean we won't get more updates before then. So hopefully some other things will pop up to keep us going. Yeah. All right, man. Thanks so much, Chaz. As always, a pleasure. And thanks to everybody out there for listening. We will catch you soon and leave you with a great big steal the air, talk hard. All right, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that batch of questions to ponder what Robert might answer to some of those. And if you want more along those lines, don't forget over at curenews.net, they've archived all the old Cure newsletters that do have a few more of those kind of off the beaten path questions, direct questions with direct actual answers from the band. So check those out if you haven't yet or in a while. They're always fun to browse back through, but it is time once again to honor our Patreon team. If you would love to show your support for the podcast, we would love to have you on board. So go on over to patreon.com/The Holy Hour Podcast. Check out how the whole thing works. No matter what level you choose, we got all kinds of great perks waiting for you. Everybody gets all the weird bonus ramblings that I can come up with at the end of each month, plus stickers or personalized mixed CDs or playlists. And of course, the honor of being shouted out on this prestigious list of names, including Craig, Donna, Jeff Hilton, Jeff Cortland Jones, Sue, John, Allison, Dion, Amicio, Matt Ford, Tom Burns, Letty, John Roberts, Tony, Ben, Matt Fisher, Danny, Coulter, Tom Johnson, Francisco, Arno, Chip, Amber, Nicholas, Shirley, Jason Hall, Steve, Mara, Caroline, Brian, Sean, Colin, Jennifer, and of course Kate over at CureThreads.com. Online shop that has tons of original Cure inspired designs on a wide range of products. Kate also runs Cure Arts Collab, an Instagram page where you can follow and or participate in all the wonderful Cure themed art assignments like Curetober, which is coming up and just got announced. This year you are given one word for each day of the month. And let the word inspire you to make Cure art. The full list has been posted over there, so go check it out on Instagram, Cure Arts Collab, and I believe on a Facebook page too. You can get the full scoop. Hopefully even more details to come. Wink, wink. Scott Kruger is over at the Sarlacc Digest. That's an all Star Wars podcast. Check out their live shows every Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube and Facebook, with replays everywhere you stream your podcast. Always good, fun Star Wars talk week to week over there, filling in the gaps before the next show or movie. David runs The Obsessive Geek. That's an Etsy shop that's packed full of cool products, including 3D printed recreations of Cure album cover art that make wonderful decorations. I have the Three Imaginary Boys one, and I absolutely love it. Also available are Boys Don't Cry keychains and even a new Fascination Street sign that you can put behind your lovely Cure Funko Pops. Everything is super high quality and affordable, so visit The Obsessive Geek on Etsy. Dana is a freelance animation, illustration, motion graphics designer, currently open to new projects and commissions, so contact Dana over at graphics.tv. That's graphics with an X.tv to get in touch. Tanya would like to spread awareness of 988lifeline.org, a suicide and crisis hotline with over 200 crisis call centers located all over the U.S., available 24/7, offering free and confidential support for people in distress with numerous prevention and crisis resources. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, so if you or anyone you know is in need of help, 988lifeline.org is there to help. Lisa recommends you visit Dickens, the coolest venue in Calgary, Canada. You can visit dickensyyc.com for the full scoop of upcoming events. And of course, check out Chaz's other podcast, now called James Dobson's Bastard Kids. Yes, they changed their name, but fear not, it's still the same great podcast, just less calories and a brand new name and logo. Chrissy is still there as his co-pilot, who we're still hoping to have on here and get her Cure origin tale soon, so keep an eye out for that. And you can check out their show, James Dobson's Bastard Kids, everywhere that you stream podcasts. Drops every week, Wednesdays. All right, go write down your own questions to ask Robert. Keep them in that paper in your back pocket. You never know when you're going to run into him out in the wild. Always be prepared, I say. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, talk hard!